Welcome to Jeweliyana's kitchen. Today on the menu, soup is on, and we're going to be making some homemade borscht from scratch. And if you want to have, this is going to be the vegetarian version, but if you want to do the version with meat, I will have in the description the recipe with the add-in for meat. You would just cook up some sausage, chop them up, and toss them in here with all the rest of these ingredients. So you can kind of see here right now that I got something already going in the pot. We have about 2 to 3 tablespoons of oil, and I have pre-crushed the garlic. There's just 1 large clove of garlic, and you pre-crush it and let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes because it releases some kind of substance that according to Google's YouTube 3 bots pronounced it differently each time. It's called allicin or allanase or something. Anyway, it's good stuff, and it doesn't release out of the garlic unless you let it sit for a few minutes. And this is really good for your health, lowers your triglycerides or some kind of claims like that. I do not make any of those claims. But I do claim that this soup is going to be delicious. So let's go. On a medium heat, you want to cook that garlic just till it starts to soften. And we can already add to the garlic some onion. Onion is the next ingredient. 1 medium to large onion, or if you're into measuring, that's 1.5 cups. And we're going to get that cooking. And because I forgot to turn my stove on and warm it up, I'm going to pause this video for a second to save you some time. Just a sec. Okay, now we're cooking. Heat's on. The garlic and onions are sauteing nicely. Now we want to add some spices to this. We're going to add a teaspoon of dill seed and 1 bay leaf and a tablespoon of mustard seeds. And 1.5 teaspoons of paprika. The reason I'm adding it now is it just kind of diffuses through the oil, and the heat releases the flavor of the spices more, kind of like when you're cooking a curry, but we're not doing curry. We're making borscht. Okay, so we'll let that go for about a minute, and then we're going to add our vegetables. So I have got some baby carrots here chopped. It's probably about 1 to 2 regular carrots chopped. Just happens to be farmer's market season where I live, so I decided to use the little ones because I like how the little circles look. So that was about, I think, 2 cups of carrots. And now I'm going to add 2 cups of fresh chopped beets. Peeled, of course. Washed, peeled, chopped. Look how lovely it's looking. And 3 cups of chopped cabbage. Did I mention you might need a really big pot? This pot holds 20 cups, so that gives you a gauge of the size. I don't know how many gallons or quarts that is. Okay, then you want to add 2 cups of fresh chopped green beans, or fresh green beans chopped, and I have 2 cups of washed chopped beet tops I'm adding. And just kind of keep stirring. Just so it doesn't burn. Then we want to add a little bit of black pepper to taste. And I'm going to add 1 cup of chopped. You can add fresh tomato, about 1 cup of chopped fresh tomato, or if you don't have fresh, you can just use canned. 1 cup chopped. That's all that was, just for a bit of tomato flavor. And then you want to top this up with some bouillon. So you can use beef bouillon, especially if you're using the version where you add sausage, or you can use vegetarian or chicken. But you want to use some kind of consomme or bouillon. So I started with 6 cups just because I wanted to see how much liquid I needed to displace without overflowing the pot. I think that this batch actually could use another 2 cups of water. So let me just grab that. Because you want to basically cover the vegetables with liquid. And now you just get to let the stove do the magic, because you just want to cook it slow till all the vegetables are nice and tender. And as you're cooking it, if you're running out of liquid, just keep adding a little bit more water or consommé, whichever you prefer. And then maybe taste it and check for the saltiness if it needs a little bit more salt, because I haven't added any salt because I think there was enough salt in the consommé. But if you taste it and it's not salty enough, just add a little bit more salt. It's probably going to need to cook for about an hour to 2, and you can also leave it just slow simmering all day. If you want to add a cup of potatoes or 2, if you got room, you can add some potatoes. But as you can see, the pot is already pretty full without adding any more starchy vegetables. So we're just going to let that cook. And when this is finished, I'll be back, show you the finished product. But how you want to finish your borscht is with a little bit of fresh dill, sour cream, and the secret ingredient is a good splash of vinegar. You can either add a teaspoon or so to each bowl or just mix it in, but you'll notice the difference. It brings out all the flavors. And so we'll see you in about an hour, hour and a half when this is done. Okay guys, soup's ready. Let's have a look and see how it turned out. As you can see here, it's all lovely red color. I did not have to add any more water to it, but I did add about 1/8 of a teaspoon, literally, of salt, because I thought it needed just a touch more. But there's one last little final step you want to do before you serve it. So I'm just going to show you that the magic ingredient is just a little bit of vinegar, about a teaspoon per bowl. I'm using rice wine vinegar. You can use just regular white vinegar. I wouldn't recommend red wine vinegar. It's a bit potent. And a nice dollop of sour cream and a little bit of fresh dill. And there's a little kitchen hack. Cut it with your scissors and you don't have to get all messy with the cutting board. And there you have it, homemade borscht soup. If you like this video and you want to get some more home cooking recipes, please subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button, and if you have any other recipes you'd like me to cook for you, please put it in the comments section and let's get cooking. Thanks so much for stopping by Jeweliyana's kitchen today.